Oh, he believes a lot of wild things. One of them is transgender surgery for people who are under 13.
So for those out there who are wondering, aren't there something else you could be doing or doesn't seem to impact you in your life? This is what it means to show empathy. This is what it means to be welcoming.
He changed the Minnesota state flag to make it look like a Somali flag. You haven't seen that?
But our current flag is problematic. I think we all know that. We've evolved into a more diverse state, and I think it's more reflective.
Recently, Joe Rogan found something about Tim Walz that is so weird that it lends credence to reports of UFO sightings. Walz suddenly becomes a full-fledged walking story twist instead of a politician. Compared to elk meat on a Texas barbecue, Rogan has enough substance to be grilled more completely. Politics has nothing to do with this. It's reality TV that was inadvertently filmed in Minnesota. What Joe finds is a mix of humor, turmoil, and conspiracy theories. I can assure you that this total meltdown will make you desire popcorn.
Think about Walz's descriptions of his military career, because there's some issues there.
Yeah.
That people have. I don't know if he flat out ever said that he served in Afghanistan, but he certainly didn't dissuade people from saying that he was. When they were saying he didn't correct them,
Right.
there were things
He did.
If you're enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe. You'll be amazed at how beneficial it is. Joe Rogan has seen some unusual things in his time. UFOs, politicians who say they know what elk meat tastes like, and medical professionals who say kale smoothies can cure anything from disease to broken marriages. But even Joe was unprepared for Tim Walz, a politician who turns Minnesota into a low-budget sitcom gone insane.
that Tim Walz cocksucker, if that guy got into power, like if Kamala died and Tim Walz, Tampon Tim, was our president, you know how crazy this country would be? That weirdo who puts tampons in the boys' room, and what about our Choi? Like, he's a complete pathological liar. Like a complete liar. Lied about being in Tiananmen Square, lied about being a fucking head coach of a football.
When Rogan drew back the veil, there was no mastermind at work. The man was juggling total chaos like a clown at a state fair. Tim Walz has mastered the art of looking busy while doing very little. It's basically the political version of running on a treadmill. Sweat and no progress. The impression of mobility, without actually moving forward, is almost remarkable in its own ridiculous sense.
Oh, Tim Walz is out there talking again.
You say you could fight any Trump supporter?
Yeah, he said he kicked their ass, and they're scared of him because he could fix a truck. Because they're threatened by his masculinity. I know how to fix a truck. So he said, like, do you? I bet you don't.
The lady doth protest.
I bet you don't.
I fear.
I bet if I bring a broken truck to you and a bag of tools.
That was kind of the redress, right? That was the attempt. It was like,
Yeah.
we're gonna, the symbol of masculinity on the left is going.
Every time Walz tries to show leadership, Rogan can't help but notice that it feels more like a substitute teacher losing control of the class after 5 minutes than it does like authority. Minnesota needed a competent leader. Instead, a confused parent was trying to use the TV remote. Its leadership developed into a family sitcom, and the laugh track is self-written.
Video of Tim Walz doing the exact same thing.
Right.
Exact same thing. And
Yes.
he said, of course, it's a Nazi salute. He said that.
Right.
We spent 3 days debating, trying to debate that President Musk gave a Nazi salute. Of course he did. But that is a distraction.
This is how crazy things have gotten. Like,
Walt isn't even trying to hide it, which is absurd. The man acts as if he has figured out how to run a government. But Joe saw that his big ideas sounded like they were straight out of a motivational calendar from 2003. It's the kind of nonsense that only makes sense when you're half asleep in a dentist's waiting room. Without using foul language, Rogan exposed the ridiculousness of it all with that classic, "Are we seriously doing this?" tone he usually reserves for people discussing flat earth beliefs.
Interviews and there's no pushback. There's no like,
Right.
excuse me, I didn't go to Iraq, right?
Exactly.
And I retired, as my unit was deploying. And so
we were retired
Yeah.
a couple months before.
a couple months
deployed,
before,
right?
yes,
what was
but
the whole
those
story
guys know
behind it?
they know that they're going, right? It's not like they suddenly get a paper, on one day. There's a build up to that, and they're aware of it. And so, even his personnel were saying, we all knew we were going. He knew he was going. Now, okay.
Joe Rogan burst out laughing at Waltz's self-described hero act. A man half the country wouldn't recognize trying to play president in a high school drama. The gloss vanished when Joe looked more closely, exposing chaos beneath the smile that was held together by crayons and ego. Walz talks about leadership as if it were a TED Talk, yet his achievements are like a kindergarten art project. They are haphazard, confusing, and haughtily portrayed as great.
He's 100% right with Tim Walz.
I know I'm doing something right when the Fox News crowd is all at me like crazy. Like, I'm loving it.
That guy was almost the vice president of the United States.
Elon Musk was crying last week. Tim is being mean to me, base, you know, like, yeah.
I'm sure you've seen that thing where it shows Obama saying, I need a vice president that's dumber than me.
He may or may not have cognitive decline problems at his age, but at her age, she's just dumb.
Yeah, I think I was saying that on your
Joe Rogan compared Walz's innovation style to giving a keynote speech with a flip phone, which is an obvious case of irony. Walz acts as like he is in charge of Rome, even though he is simply operating a lemonade shop with bad math. Rogan claims that Minnesota politics under him are less like governance and more like a canceled television program. Sometimes being confident in politics just means ignoring the flames behind you, as Walz's attempts to look presidential always turn into a blooper reel.
Seen this video?
I haven't seen. Please play it.
It's probably a real person. It might not be Tim Walz. Trump is AI.
No, he slaps his...
I mean, that is hilarious.
Oh, it's definitely. This is all 100% real, Jamie. You're a plant by the
Jamie
ground.
compromised.
On top of AI.
Riley Moore fell for an AI-generated video of Minnesota government. I fell for it, too. And do you know why I fell for it?
Yeah.
Because I believe that he's capable of doing it.
It's nearly as amazing as seeing someone tumble on ice and not fall. It's hard to tell if it's sheer luck or skill. Walz avoids accountability, just like Neo in The Matrix, but the bullets are the outcome of his own bad decisions. For Rogan, who characterized him as an overconfident substitute gym instructor who lacked plan and was loud in motivation, that was a field day. Walz continues to lose when Joe exposes that it's actually Candyland while he claims to be playing chess. His speeches? Pure inspirational cat poster energy. Hang in there, emotions devoid of any sense of reality.
I mean, they were talking about cracking down on hate speech online. Like, that free speech is not hate speech. That Tim Walz guy was actually saying that.
I think we need to push back on this. There's no guarantee to free speech on misinformation or hate speech, and especially around our democracy.
Hate speech.
The worst thing is that Walz was able to persuade people that he was relatable. As Rogan so eloquently put, his concept of authenticity seems to have been written by a marketing intern on Espresso number 3. It's not real. It's improvisational comedy with a campaign budget. Walz sounds more like an AI robot that has been trained to say people every few sentences, even though it depicts the ordinary person. And just when you think he's at his most awkward, he goes above and beyond. Rogan said that he stumbles with enthusiasm, turning every setback into a highlight reel. When Walz walks into a room, he sets the stage for an inadvertent stand-up rather than demanding respect.
No. For the video of him taking down the Minnesota flag and he replaced it with the new flag that looks a lot like the Somali flag. Minnesota has a huge population of Somalis in it.
All right, ready. Whoa, wait a minute.
So he gets the flag, picks it up, and replaces it.
There, that's better.
Why is that better?
Walz believes he's doing a fantastic job, which is funny. According to Rogan, his true talent is developing a confident delusion that enables him to turn failures into successes. He mumbles political jargon like unfamiliar karaoke songs, chasing trends like an unsteady surfer. And when things go wrong, he gets up and, seemingly believing it's all part of plan, duct tapes catastrophes while grinning.
In history,
Kamala saying, I need a vice president dumber than me. It's Walz. Men have tampons.
We have a lot of accomplishments. We haven't taken adequate credit for it, frankly. We got to do a better job of getting word out about what we have accomplished and who did it.
You got to lose because we got to break this cycle. We're getting way.
The timing of Joe's defeat of Walz couldn't have been more ideal. Walz presents total awful theater, complete with phony charisma, poor timing, and unending dad joke energy, while people are yearning for authenticity. Starring in a political play that only he takes seriously, Rogan demonstrated that he is not a villain, but rather comically ignorant. By the end, Walz appeared more like a comedic star who wandered into government than a governor, and everyone at last had front row seats to performance because of Rogan. Walz are not a bad thing. He is trustworthy, every speech, deed, and earnest attempt to be president somehow turns into a blooper. It's almost praiseworthy. He seems to have dedicated his entire career to proving that politicians in Minnesota are more negatively impacted by gravity than anyone else.